Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ricky Rubberburn, and we are here for the Thrill Nation Autosports Truck Premier Race at Talladega, Alabama. That's right, folks, Talladega, Alabama. Some would call it the Paris of the South. That's right, me and Jane had our anniversary, our 20th anniversary in Talladega, Alabama just last year. It is a beautiful place. I think many of you would enjoy it. We are live here. We also have on our team today our pit road reporter, Patty Pitts. Patty, how you doing down there in the pits?
Doing great. Thanks for having me, Ricky.
Oh, we are always happy to have you, Patty. Thank you for joining us once again. We will be checking in with you very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready to go green here in our first ever truck race. It looks like we've got some trucks battling already in first and second. Getting off to a crazy start. We are green. We are live, riding with our race leader, Got the Vid. This is just qualifying, folks. It is a shootout qualifying. Whoever finishes with the fastest lap, not finishing position, will start the race in first and there on down. So this is just for the fastest lap. It is a very short sprint race, and it will set the position for our main race coming up just after this. As we watch the field jockey for position, I'd like to take this time during qualifying to head on down to the pit lane and talk to our pit road reporter, Patty Pitts. Patty, what do you feel is the strategy here to winning this race today?
You know, I think it's not too complicated. I think these guys just need to turn left and keep turning left.
All right, and now do you think that you want to be in first place on the last lap, considering the draft has such a big effect in this race, or do you want to be up front or in the back, Patty?
You know, I'd probably say I'd pick the front out of those two options.
Oh, is that so, Patty? All right. We are currently looking at Got the Vid, who is in the pit road. Sorry about that, folks. Ricky got a little distracted there talking to Patty. Jane, if you're watching this, we are just work colleagues. We are following along with JP NASCAR here in the 51 as he shoots to the inside, making it 3 wide. Trucks bouncing all over each other. We've got a truck in the wall. That is going to really ruin his qualifying if he cannot jump back into line with the other trucks coming behind him. The draft is so important at a super speedway like Talladega. Folks, we want to give a big shout out to our #1 sponsor here at Thrill Nation Autosports. That's right, folks, it's milk. On a nice warm summer day, there's nothing better than grabbing me a glass of milk and heading down to the beach and dipping my toes in the water. Give it up for milk, folks. Patty, what do you think of milk? Are you a milk fan, Patty?
Who doesn't love a glass of hot milk in the summer, Ricky?
A glass of hot milk in the summer. Wow, well then, Patty, you are something else. That is a strong woman, folks. We are still following along with this main pack here. Appears we're under caution. Or that could actually possibly be the end of qualifying. Looks like Got the Vid gonna be starting in 15th position. That is the only position we are aware of. Looks like in first place is gonna be Chase Elliott 7917, Cash Holman in second, Wild Ride in third, Irish Reaper fourth, Waffle Wins fifth, Preds in sixth, D Doublemans in seventh, Lucifer's Merc in eighth, JP NASCAR in 9th, and rounding out the top 10 will be Bump and Run 3. Quite a lot of newcomers here in this truck series. That is what the truck series is all about. Having our newcomers join the league. Looks like we've got Team Slickin' Force in the chat. Welcome, Slickin' Force. And we've also got Rock NASCAR in the chat. Thanks for stopping in with us tonight, folks. I am your host, Ricky Rubberburn. Qualifying is complete, and we are getting ready to go racing. In this break, we would like to also thank some of our other sponsors. Baja's. That's right, folks. If you're in the Northeast and you want some good Mexican food, come on down to Baja's. We'd also like to thank our other sponsor, Bic Lighters. Old Ricky says if it's not Bic, it's not flicked. That's right, folks. All right, folks, we are waiting to start our premier truck race. We want to thank all the fans in attendance. We want to thank everybody who came into the stream tonight. If you're in the stream and you're excited to be here, give us a hashtag. We love racing so much that we came here to watch this. That's right, folks. Give us a hashtag. We love racing so much we came here to watch this. Patty, how are you feeling about the start of this premier race?
Just happy to be here in Talladega, incorporated in 1835.
It looks like we're having some technical difficulties with Patty. Patty, are you there? Can we hear you?
Hey there, Ricky. How are you doing?
All right, I thought we lost you, Patty. I'm happy to have you back. I was just asking if you were excited about the beginning of this premier truck race.
Absolutely. I love being here in Talladega. It's been almost 200 years since Talladega, Alabama was incorporated, and these boys are here to make some more history.
Wow, old Ricky was not aware of that. Thank you so much for your fun, absolute facts.
It was really throwback. Are you okay? Oh my God.
Old Ricky almost took a tumble there, folks. Sorry about that. He had a few gin rummies. We knew he said he wasn't going to drink tonight, but what the hell? It's the beginning of the truck season, folks. We are loading into Talladega, where we are getting ready to get rolling. Folks, this is a special night as we start our third division here in Thrill Nation Autosports, the truck division. Old Ricky Rubberburn was commentating Xfinity, but he seems to have gotten demoted to the trucks division. But we won't complain about that too much now because old Ricky needs the check, that's for sure. Old Ricky needs it bad. Anyway, folks, we are excited to get rolling, and we are getting ready to go green, and the green flag is out. And we are underway here for our premier race. We are riding along with Waffle Wins. And he qualified first place, and he leads the fields into turns 1 and 2 next to that Hooters truck, the number 24. The field seems to be pretty calm. Going down the backstretch, people filing into their positions, one stuck on the outside trying to make a third lane work. Rarely happens here at Talladega. We've got the 16 followed by the 51 of NASCAR JP. He's got the 23 of Wild Ride right behind him. As we follow this pack over the start-finish line to complete the first lap of the Truck Division first premier race. Waffle Wins leads them back into turn 1 and 2 as we stretch out 3-4 wide in the back of the pack now. Looks like the drivers are keeping it under control as we see one push outside. That looked like the 51 of NASCAR JP. He certainly got shuffled back in second place just a lap ago. Almost single file down the backstretch, just a few cars stuck on the outside. Waffle Wins steadily driving into turns 3 and 4, leading the pack with the number 4 of Bump and Run tight behind him, and the 40 of Undercover Bully right behind him. Looks like Preds in the 22 there in 4th place. As we have one car trying to storm up the outside. Looked like NASCAR JP. Oh, we've got one up into the wall. That was that Hooters car of Wild Ride, the 23. Looks like he is holding strong and should be able to find the spot back in line. Again, being in line, so crucial at this track. Oh, looks like the team owner, one-half team owner, Slick Too Sick, checking in on in the chat here. He is one-half owner of Team Slick and Force, which is also coincidentally the name of a band that old Ricky played in back in the day. That's right, Ricky used to play tuba for a ska band named Slick and Force. We won't talk about it. Jane was not happy with me during that phase. Let's head down to the pit road to check in with our pit road reporter, Patty Pitts. Patty, looking at Waffles here as he slides back, taking the outside lane. Do you think the outside can be effective today?
You know, I think Waffles will be just fine if he gets off the outside as long as he doesn't slip in too much syrup.
That's right. Syrup, always a dangerous hazard for the Waffle. We are riding around with this pack. We are going to change over to Dad Tired, pushing the 23 of Wild Ride up the track, taking over the position. He is now settled into 6th place. Waffle falling back into the pack as we ride along with JP NASCAR. He has gone up and down the field multiple times. It looks like he's really trying to find what's going to work for him to make a pass when the time is right. Oh, we've got a car into each other. JP NASCAR into the wall. He collects a 23. The 51 and the 23 of Wild Ride going around on the front stretch. Got the vid, barely missing the carnage. And we are still under green, folks. That is going to be a huge blow for Wild Ride and JP NASCAR in this first segment. They will surely go a lap down without having much drafting help, as we see Cash Holman dropping down underneath the apron. Looked like he got pushed down there. He's back up onto the track, following behind that number 24 of Royal in the Hooters truck. Old Ricky sure is tired. You know what he could use right now, Patty?
I don't know there, Ricky. What could he use?
A big old glass of milk. That's right, folks. We want to give a big old shout out to our sponsor, Milk. Folks, a lot of people ask us, is it just milk that sponsors you? How could all of milk sponsor you? Don't ask, folks. We're just that big, and we're just that incredible, and we're just that thrilling. As we ride along with our new leader, Bump and Run in the Ford truck, followed closely behind by the number 40 of Undercover Bully. Down the front stretch we are. Over the start-finish line as Bump and Run leads another lap and the field into turns 1 and 2. What's interesting about this now, folks, is that directly after this race, we will be taking the trucks to Michigan. And it's just a bit of a transition. You put the foot to the floor at Talladega and you hold it there until something bad happens. But at Michigan, you got to have a little finesse. You got to have a good touch. Isn't that right, Patty? What would you say about Michigan and the touch you have to have?
You know, Michigan's a great place to sit on the coast of the lake and have a nice cup of milk.
That was quite the answer, Patty. Well then. We are back to the action as we follow along with Bump and Run as he continues to lead the field. Folks, if you're out there in the chat and you are enjoying this amazing Thrill Nation action, give us a hashtag Hell Yeah Bird. All right, we see you out there, so fly. Thank you for the Hell Yeah Bird. Now we have got about a 10-car pack here. They're working well together. Every once in a while, you'll see somebody step out of line. They get passed by, they get back into the back of the line. This is going to go on for a while now here, folks. Poor Vid driving around in 14th position, well off the pace. 11 laps remaining in stage 1 as we come around turns 3 and 4 back to the start-finish line. We will have 10 to go. We've got another Hell Yeah Bird from Slick to Sick. Thanks for being there tonight, Slickaroony. Bump and Run been leading the field for quite some time now, but now that the laps are starting to dwindle, these drivers are gonna get spicy and things are gonna get loud. Speaking of loud, old Ricky's gonna shut his gin rummy hole for you guys to crank it up. That's right. Turn that volume up and listen to the sweet roar of these trucks around Talladega. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. About 7 laps to go here in stage 1. Things are going to get dicey, but first we want to give a major shout out to one of our sponsors, a local Talladega Municipal Airport. That's right, folks. If you're trying to fly to any of the 4 destinations that Talladega Municipal Airport reaches, which are all also in Alabama, feel free to get on over to the Talladega Municipal Airport. As we chase the field into 3 and 4, Bump and Run still running them down as he gets bumped by the number 40 of Undercover Bully. We've got some cars getting a little bit braver now here in the back as we head over the start-finish line. One car looking in danger of being lapped early here. But if he is the only car lapped, he will get the free pass once the stage ends and get his lap back. Down the back stretch, Bump and Run comfortably, still pushed by Undercover Bully. Ladies and gentlemen, 6 laps remain in the stage. Bump and Run still running down the field in first place. We are getting squirrely behind him, folks. Things are going to start getting exciting here as the stage winds down. Catching onto this lapped car, this might cause some trouble. We've got 3-4 wide along the leaders. Bump and Run gets down, holds it together. We've got one up into the wall there. And it looks like it broke the leaders up just a bit. Quite distracting was the lap car. The top 3 breaking away from the pack now. Top 4, I should say. What will happen between these top 4? Bump and Run in the 4, leading still. The 40 of Undercover Bully right behind him. It looks like the 74 of Irish Reaper in 3rd. And the 24 of Royal in 4th, and they are absolutely cruising together right now, folks. We have three laps to go. Who will take the first stage in this inaugural truck race? Bump and Run still leading them down the backstretch. The 40 of Undercover Bully right behind him. The 74 of Irish Reaper still in 3rd. The 24 of Royal still in 4th as Royal and Reaper seem to tangle up a little bit there, coming off of 4th. Laps to go. Oh, we are seeing the leaders start to move around more than they have over the last few laps. We've got one around. That looks like the 24. He's coming up the track. He's missed. We've still got the 4, the 40, the 78, all racing to the line. The 74, excuse me. Bump and run, leading him around. White flag. This is the last lap. What will happen? Who you got your money on, Patty? The 4, the 40, or the 74?
You know, I do love the number 4, so I have to say I'm rooting for all 3 of these boys.
That's right. Patty can never choose just one. That's right. I knew Patty back in the 60s, folks, but we're not going to get into that because we're coming into the final 2 turns on the last lap of stage 1. Bump and run, trying to hold off the 40 of Undercover Bully. The 74 making a run down underneath Undercover Bully. Irish Reaper, can he hold it? It looks like he can't. It looks like they're going to get back in line. And that is going to be the stage, folks. Or is it? This is the last lap, folks. It was all a big root from Ricky. This is the last lap, folks. Who do you think's going to win now, Patty?
I don't know. Looks like those 4s are still in it, Ricky.
She's not wrong. The 4s are storming. The 4, the 40, and the 74. First, second, third place. Coming off the final turn as the second pack is starting to chase them down. The 4 moves down. The 40 being pushed by the 74, but do they have enough momentum? Coming to the line. It looks like it's going to be the 40. Undercover Bully making a huge pass there on the outside. And then I believe it may have also been the 74. It looks like Bump and Run, after leading so much of that stage, may have actually finished in third place. Let's take a look here. It's Undercover Bully in first, Bump and Run in second, Irish Reaper third, Dad Tired fourth, Cook Racing fifth, missing sixth place here. I believe it was Vivid Picture. Waffle wins in seventh, Chase Elliott in eighth, OPD ninth, and Preds rounding out the top 10. As we get ready for stage 2, we will put some tires on and we will get ready with some fresh rubber. Down to pit road reporter Patty Pitts. Patty, what's going on down there?
Well, I'm very happy for the number 40. I always said 40 is the best stage. Remember when you were 40, Ricky?
Oh, do I remember 40? What a time it was. Just like the time we're having right now as we get going green for the second stage here at Talladega. We are currently riding around with Waffle wins. As Waffle tries to make a charge up to the front here. He's battling with the 38 of Mr. Vivid. The 4 of Bump and Run back up there again. He wants to get back up into first position. We are 3 and 4 wide through the pack, folks. 2 wide up towards the top. This is Thrill Nation Racing. Looks like 2 of our competitors dropping back. Hopefully be able to help one another going forward. As we try to find our spots in line, they are wibbling, they are wobbling, and we've got one into the wall around. Not sure who that was, but it looks like we are going to stay green. That is going to be a huge effect as we got one down onto the apron up front. That looks like the number 22 of Preds. He tries to squeeze back into line, and it looks like he will stay in the draft. JP NASCAR, that was who was turning around there in the back. JP NASCAR, he is going to have a lonely ride around this track for quite some time. And we get back with the leader. We will ride around with Lucifer's Merc. Brand new sign E299XX Racing today. That's right, folks, 99XX expanding their reach in the league to an Xfinity team and a truck team, signing Lucifer's Merc to their truck team today, that is. And hoping for a good finish for him is team owner Funkmaster Trout. As we get a pack of about 7-8 cars breaking away a bit from the rest of the pack, we follow around with Wild Ride. Folks, we want to give a quick shout out to one of our sponsors, near and dear to our heart. That is Honda of Alabama. That's right, folks. The biggest employer in all of Talladega, Honda of Alabama. If you're looking to get yourself a Civic, head on down to Honda of Alabama. Patty, have you ever driven a Honda?
I don't know, Ricky. I sure do like those bigger cars, but once in a while I find myself in a Honda.
Not the size of the vessel. It's not the size of the vessel. It's how many hundreds of thousands of miles you can do without giving it an oil change. As we get back to the action, we will follow along with Preds 22, another 99XX signee in third place as he chases down the 56 of Dad Tired and the 40 of Undercover Bully. Single file most of the pack. A couple guys jumping to the outside. Looks like they're going to get into single file now too. We're going to follow each other around in a high-speed conga line. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, just like down in Jamaica. Dun, 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 dun. That's right, Ricky's gotten a little wild and a few sandals in his day. Patty, I think I've seen you at one of those sandals parties, haven't I?
You know, I'm not sure Jane would like to hear about that part, so I'm just going to shut my trap for now.
That's right, as a matter of fact, I instantly regret bringing that up. Jane, if you're watching, sweetheart, I'm sorry. Folks, as we follow along with the action, of course, we must shout out another one of our sponsors, and that is Rubberburn Rum. That's right, folks. Old Ricky's getting into the celebrity alcohol game. Pick up your liter, we only sell them in liters, of Rubberburn rum today at any Costco around you. Exclusively at Costco. And we've got one up into the wall there. That looks like the 33 of OPD. Able to get it back down track, and it looks like he will get back into the draft and stay with the lead pack. All cars still up in the lead pack, except for two, as we got one that shoots up the wall, one down onto the apron. They're squirreling, they're swirling, they're twirling, and we've got one way down onto the apron, the 22, as he starts to shoot back up. That was Preds 99XX losing one of their drivers out of the draft. Looks like he's got a pack of 3 behind him that could potentially pick him up and push him. As we come back up, we ride along in third place with Irish Reaper in the 74. He was able to snag a third place finish in the first stage, riding along in third place now behind Undercover Bully in the 40. in the 56 of Dad Tire, with the 38 of Mr. Vivid working them down hard. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're at the track today on your way home, make sure you stop at the Costco of Huntsville. That's right. That's the closest Costco to Talladega Super Speedway. And get yourself a liter of Rubberburn rum. That's right. If you've got a sweet tooth for a good gin rummy like old Ricky, head on down to the Costco of Huntsville. Folks, if you plan to get some Rubberburn rum, give me a hashtag. I need a coupon, because it's $74 a liter in the chat. We continue to follow along with this pack of liters that's dwindled down to 6. In first is Still Undercover Bully, followed by the 56 of Dad Tired. Behind him is Irish Reaper in the 74, the 38 of Mr. Vivid following along behind, with the 16, sorry, Ricky's apologies, he doesn't have his glasses on, the 16 of Waffle Winds, and the trailing car in 6th place appears to be the 51 of NASCAR JP. Surely that can't be correct. I could be wrong, though, folks. Old Ricky doesn't know what's going on half the time because Thrill Nation won't give him any graphics. We are on lap 9 of 10. Excuse me, folks. 10 of 17 in stage 2. As we continue to ride around with the lead pack. Folks, we are going to crank it up again. That's right. If you want to hear the thunder and the rumble of a Thrill Nation action stock car, turn up your volume and soak it in. Folks, we are back, and it looks like we had 2 cars disappear from our first 4 cars. You're probably saying to yourself, Ricky, what do you mean disappeared? What happened to them? I don't know. I was fixing myself up a gin rummy with some Rubberburn rum. I have to put a splash of milk in one of these so I can drive home after this. We continue to ride along with the top 4. Let's take a peek around the track and see what else is going on. Vivid picture. Says we are viewing him, but he's nowhere in sight, which makes me incredibly concerned about Vivid Picture's well-being. As we move on to OPD. Maybe we did just have 2 cars disappear. Lap 13 of 17 as we follow along with OPD. Looks like we had a car way down that might have spun out. Maybe that was the 22 or the 88 there. I'm not quite sure. As we come back up to the leader, who is now Undercover Bully in the 40 car, followed close behind by Irish Reaper and Dad Tire. Now, rumor has it that Dad Tire has anywhere between 7 to 35 kids. That is the rumor. We are unaware of what the truth is. So I have to ask you, Patty, what is the right amount of kids to have today?
You know, that's a tough question to answer right here. It really depends on your personal means, but when it comes to data, I won't count.
We thank you, Patty. We like to ask the tough questions here at Thrill Nation Autosports. It can't be all race cars all the time. Sometimes we want to dig deep into the family life. Folks, Ricky's rambling. He's a little bit drunk. I'm not even going to lie to you. I have had a few, then more Rubberburn rum gin rummies tonight. And on the way home, I might stop at Davidson German Shepherd Canines LLC, a German Shepherd breeder on Taylor Mill Road in Talladega, and pick me up a puppy. That's right, folks. I might go home with a German Shepherd puppy tonight because this Thrill Nation action is just getting me high. We are on lap 16 of 17. Waffles getting a little out of shape there under the apron, but back into line as the top four scream around the track. Who will take stage 2? 4 drivers, anybody's game as Bully gets bumped up the track just a little bit, slams the door back down on the 56, which checks up the 2 cars behind them, the 16 and the 74, but that is going to give them quite the run, and we will see what they do with it. Folks, we are coming up to the last lap of stage 2. My apologies, folks. That was the last lap of stage 2. We saw a ferocious battle down to the line. And we are just checking the timing to see who finished in first place. All right, folks. Looks like the first place was Dad Tired, second was Undercover Bully, third was Irish Reaper, fourth was Waffle Wins, fifth D Double Man, sixth Bump and Run, seventh OPD. As we get ready for stage number 3, the final stage. Who will win this race and pour the milk over their head? We are under the green flag here to start the 3rd stage of this race, folks. Following along with Waffle Wins as the 56 of Dad Tired leads the field into turns 1 and 2. We are getting squirrely. The 24 of Royal bouncing off a few trucks. Again, bouncing off the 4 of Bump and Run, who dominated stage 1, only to finish in 2nd place. And now that we are in stage 3, folks, you are going to see some more aggressive driving. This is where the drivers are going to try to let it all go because they want to get to the front of the pack and they want to get a lead. That is the best way to get around this track, to get pushed around. I don't know about you, Patty, but I don't know if I necessarily love getting pushed from behind. How about you?
You know, Ricky, I won't comment on that, but I think this is real interesting.
I agree with you, Patty. I wouldn't comment on that either. I remember the night in Jamaica. I know the answer. Jane, I don't know the answer. Just kidding. Field starting to work itself out here now as we get into the single file line. We've got 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 cars in the first pack, 8 cars now as the 24 joins the fray of Royal. Folks, we'd like to give a big shout out to one of our sponsors, Piggly Wiggly Talladega. That's right, folks. As you leave the track tonight, stop into your local Piggly Wiggly around Talladega and make sure you pick up their current promotion, which is the extra mild milky macaroni salad. If there's one thing that old Ricky loves more than anything, it's a mild milky macaroni salad, folks. Give me the milk. Give me the mild. Give me the macaroni. And back to the racing. Sorry about that. I was a little distracted there, folks. Salivating at the thought of that milky macaroni salad. Looks like JP NASCAR off the pace again as Lucifer Merckx tries to push his way up and get that second pack a little bit closer to the first pack. We will ride along with Lucifer for just a bit here and watch that second pack of cars work as they try to storm up to the leaders, one way up out to the outside. That looked like Reaper. The 17, the 33, and the 22 of Preds. That's 399 XX drivers working together to push. We'll see if that works out for them, sticking together, trying to make a move together at the end. We will see how that works out. We know Old Funk's sitting at home crossing his fingers right now, thinking, anybody but Slaw. We are still pretty grouped up here, folks. We have most of the lead lap cars all together into 1 and 2. These cars are going in excess of 190 miles an hour. These trucks are fast. Not as fast as a Honda Civic, but fast. Okay, they're definitely faster than a Honda Civic, but don't doubt the power of a Civic. Oh, we've got some cars getting a bit squirrely there. That looked like, oh, the 17 getting down, getting into another truck there. Looks like they're going to keep it together or work their way back up in the line. 22 up now over the 17. Looks like he'll get back into line, and they will try to work together to push their way back up. Wild Ride looks like he's off the pace, most likely out of the draft. The 88 of Cash Holman, who we have not seen much of tonight, in second place, pushing out leader Dad Tired 69 are around the track. Dad, pro now in this league. He does race in the Cup division. Very happy to have him down here. The trucks representing. And it looks like the 4 of Bump and Run is going to get squeezed out by the 24 of Royal. Little position change there for 4th place. Waffles riding comfortably in 3rd. We are on lap 51 of 94. A long way to go in this race, folks. A long way to go. A clean race so far, no caution flags. These guys showing that they are able to race close and clean. And as we follow along with this lead pack, as the 16 of Waffles gets shuffled to the outside by the 88, he will look to dive back into the line. We want to get down to pit road and talk to our pit road reporter, Patty. Patty, what's going down in pit road? How are the boys doing down there?
Oh, doing great down here, Ricky. They're talking strategy, they're talking tires, and the smell of dairy is in the air. We're working hard to make this race a good one. Nothing like the smell of rubber and a little rum to make some magic happen. You remember that night in '84, Ricky, I'm sure.
Oh, right there, Patty. I'm going to stop you now. I think you may have also been having a few gin rummies down there on pit road. But certainly I do remember the night that you held me so gently to the sweet sounds of AC/DC. Jane, I swear I was at my mother's that weekend. We are back up to 1 pack now, as that 2nd and small 3rd pack have worked their way up to the front. The 88 of Cash Holman dropping back to 3rd place. He's leaning on the 24 right now. Royal not being bullied. The 22 of Preds storming up behind the back of Cash Holman. He'll look to the inside. No, looks like he'll try to stay in line. Maybe try and push the 88 and hopefully get some separation. Waffles down onto the apron. Irish down onto the apron in the 74. They're all touching the apron. It looks like a 1950s kitchen going through turns 1 and 2, and we've got cars around. That is going to be a caution, as we have cars slammed into the walls. It looks like Irish Reaper got into that. The 24 of D Doubles Man. JP NASCAR, a huge break right here, as he will be able to get back up to the pack on the restart. There are 42 laps remaining after this caution, and we get back to green, ladies and gentlemen. There will be 42 laps to go. Very extended stage, the final stage of the race, as we get double file and we get ready to go green. Old Ricky's got the green flag up in the air. That's right, green flag. Ricky waves the flags. And we are on the green as they are off and charging down into turns 1 and 2. We follow along with leader Waffles Wins, as he has the 22 of Preds right behind him. followed by the 56 of Dad Tired, and he had the 33 of OPD outside of him. Looks like we've got an outside line that's actually faster than the inside line. Haven't seen that too much this race. They can keep it together. Although it looks like they're going to go 4 cars to the bottom now with 3 to the top, which will surely make that bottom line much faster. They will have to crawl their way back in. Looks like they should be able to fit all 3 of them back down into line without too much of an issue, except they are not going down without a fight as the leader pops up to the outside line. Oh, we've got the leaders getting into each other. The 22 up in the wall. We've got cars around. The 22 is spinning. He collects the back of the field. The 24 in it again. And we are under caution again, folks. We are under caution again. Pred's taking a big hit. Looked like Reaper got into it again. Vivid picture in the pits. Oh boy, Mayhem, Cook Racing 22 getting into it. After this caution, there will be 37 laps to go. All right, folks, we are 2 by 2. And we are back on the green, and we are racing. Leading the field down into turn 1 is going to be the 56 of Dad Tired with the 88 of Cash Holman on the outside. 34 laps to go. Oh, it looks like we are under caution again here, folks. Right off the restart. Not sure what happened. Oh, it looks like the 20 of Cook Racing 22 got into a little trouble again. And so we are under caution again. With 34 laps remaining, we are under caution. Coming back from caution, we should have about 31 laps to go. Late cautions that we weren't seeing in the first 2 stages as we went cautionless. Like Ricky said, this is when they're going to turn up the action. This is when it's going to get thrilling. This is when we're going to see whose balls are big. What? What do you mean I can't say balls when we're live? Testicle. Well, I'd rather not even say it. And we are back under green. Dad Tired leading. Waffle wins in the bottom line down into turn 1 as we ride along with Waffle. Folks, we want to give a big shout out to one of our sponsors, Talladega Lock and Key. That's right, folks. If you are locked out of your car, apartment, anything else with a lock, call Talladega Lock and Key. Talladega Lock and Key. Unlock your car and maybe your lady's heart. I sure do hope they've got the cutting for old Patty. Back to the race. The 16 of Waffle wins, pushing the 56 of Dad Tired. The 24 of Royal in 3rd place, followed by the 88 of Cash Holden. As we screen back towards the start-finish line. Lap 65 of 94. Looks like the drivers have settled down just a bit now. They realize we've still got quite some time before the end of this race, or maybe I'm lying as we see one down to the apron. Looks like we've got Slick to Sick back in the chat, rooting on his driver, the 16 of Waffle Wins, currently in second place as he got a little bit squirrely. Touched the 24, causing a chain reaction. But it looks like everybody keeps it smooth. Everybody keeps it straight. The 88 of Cash Holman way out wide there in the back of the pack. And down the back stretch, one large pack, a few stragglers in the back, hoping that they will be able to pick up enough other stragglers to hopefully form a line and get back up to this front pack. Now would be a terrible time to spin out and not have the caution come out. We've got a car down onto the apron as we get into turns 1 and 2. It looks like he safely gets back onto the track. Does not cause much trouble. The 88 still squirreling around back there as he is in the back of this pack. Not gonna lie to you folks, old Ricky fucking hates super speedways. This is some of the worst goddamn chicken shit racing that they could have ever come up with. That's right. Thrill Nation should be goddamn fucking ashamed of themselves for putting these fucking tracks onto the fucking schedule every year. Find me, I don't give a shit, Frank. And pour me another gin rummy and make sure it's not that god-awful rubber rum shit. Folks, we are back, and I do apologize for that. Old Ricky did lose his temper for 1 second there calling the race, and he would like to apologize. I'm not sure when I'll be putting these headphones back on again, but I do hope it will be next week for our next race in Michigan. My apologies again to all the families out there. Kevin, you put that glass back on this desk. I'm not done with my drink. And back to the action, folks. The 56 of Dad Tired still leading with 16 of Waffles as they get down the back stretch. We have seen these two fighting up towards the top for most of the race, along with the 24 of Royal. The 74 of Irish Reaper as well, and here comes the number 4 of Bump and Run, who led most of stage 1, only to come in second place after a crazy finish at the line. We will see what he can do in this final stage, if he can work his way back up to first place and possibly take the win. We are on lap 69, folks. Nice. Patty, what's your favorite lap of a race?
You know, I think all laps are special, but I can say I never said no to a little bump and run.
You heard it here, folks. Patty Pitts and Bump and Run, possibly in some sort of love affair. We will have to get details on that and report back to you. Make sure you're following us on social media for all the Thrill Nation Autosports details. That's right. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. We are on TikTok. All of those right / Thrill Nation. We've got a car into the wall. That's Irish Reaper again as he collects a few cars behind him. At least 3-4 cars involved in the incident, and it looks like we are back under caution, folks. We are back under caution. Oh, I lied. Maybe we are not back under caution, folks. We are still green. Thrill Nation said, we are not throwing the flag, even though we just saw 4 or 5 cars get into that wreck. We are still green flag racing. Folks, sorry about that. Ricky just got a very important text from the league official saying that he is, in fact, being fined $35,000 for every F-bomb he let go just a few minutes ago. Again, folks, I want to apologize as I do not have funds for that. So please go to GoFundMe /Ricky has a potty mouth and donate now. We pick the action back up with the number 56 of Dad Tire continuing to lead over Waffles. In third place is still Royal with the 33 of OP sitting in fourth. Looks like we've got cars starting to get down the pit road now. We are going to see, I believe maybe we'll possibly need to see one pit stop before this race is over. We have got a group of 6. This is what we have seen consistently throughout the race. A group of 6 breaking away from the pack and riding together. We hope Ladies and gentlemen, we do want to thank one of our biggest sponsors, Pookie's Pest Management. That's right, folks, a cute way to kick out those critters. Our exterminators are all handsome bachelors. That's right, folks, you want to get rid of the cockroaches and get yourself a Pookie, call Pookie's Pest Management. We are going to go down to pit road and check in with Patty Pitts. Patty, what do you feel about old Ricky getting the big fine there?
You know, Ricky, I think it's all right. You got a heart of gold in the pit lane anyone would love, so keep on burning that rubber.
Burn it I will, like all the money in mine and Jane's saving account after going on that tirade. All right, back to the action as we follow along with Bump and Run as he dives back into line in front of the 17 of Lucifer's Merc. We have cars all over the place as pit stops are cycling, but we will continue to follow along with your leaders here. Pit stop strategy could be a key. The leaders behind a lap car. We are on about lap 76 of 94. I believe most of these cars could be good to the go, good to the end on fuel. We've got less than 20 laps remaining. Most of these cars should have just enough fuel to get to the end. It could be close. current leader is the 16 of Waffle Wins, followed along by the 24 of Royal, the 33 of OPD in third place with the 22 of Preds pushing him, the 4 bumping run in fifth, and behind him the 17 of Lucifer's Birth. Into turn 1 and 2 as they start to approach a lap car. Folks, as we follow along with your leaders, we would like to give a shout out to our sponsor, South Street Recycling Center. If you've got things you want to throw away but don't want to look bad in front of your damn friends who are a bunch of vegetable-eating hippies, call South Street Recycling Center. That's right. Give us your junk. Put it in our hand. We want your junk. South Street Recycling Center.
Did you send your junk to them, Ricky?
Oh, nice to hear from you, Patty. I have actually sent a few things down to South Street Recycling Center. We won't speak about what they were. Let's just say I put them in a brown paper bag and never saw them again. No questions asked. South Street Recycling Center. It was cocaine, folks. Ricky used to have a hell of a problem, but he's doing good now. He is doing good now. Just a gin rummy here and there. Speaking of which, Kevin, can you refill my glass? We continue to follow around with this lead pack as they continue to come up on slower cars. Hit. We are happy to see you in the chat, my friend. Old Ricky. Old Ricky is flowing in the gin rummy right now. I need a boat to get out of the amount of gin rummies I've drank tonight. Throw me a life jacket. We are happy to have you here in the chat tonight. And as always, a special shout out to our number 1 and number 2 fan, Mama and Papa Hip. Looks like the lap cars have pushed up to the top of the track, allowing our main group to drive on below. Whoa, looks like Slick got pushed out of the chat because he was going through a fire drill. Well, that's what happens when your team is as hot as yours is, Slick, as we see one of your drivers diving down into the pits. That is the 16 of Waffles diving down into the pits by himself. Not sure if that was a great call. Not sure if he'll have much help to draft when he comes out of the pits. Baller PG, there sure is a possibility of you joining this league. Give us a direct message here on Twitch, and we will reach out to you after the race and let you know exactly how you can get involved. That's right, Slick 2 Sick is the owner of Slick and Slide Racing, and he has current vacant positions on his team. So we will get you into the Discord, we will get you set up, and we will get you in the thrilling racing action here at Thrill Nation Autosports. Slick and Force. We appreciate you tuning in tonight, Baller PG. We would add you on Discord. We will send you the link in direct message to our Discord to get you signed up after the race. Kay Serza asks how many laps are left. We are currently on lap 83 of 94, possibly 84 of 94. Old Ricky has no clue, but he knows that there's about 9 to 11 laps left. They don't tell old Ricky much around here. They won't give him the budget or the funding that they gave to the Xfinity Series, which is what old Ricky used to commentate until this week when he was demoted down here to the Truck Series. But you want to know what? I heard the commentator for the Xfinity Series stream crashed as he lost power. And you want to know something, folks? Old Ricky's electricity ain't no bitch. That's right, we're live. We've got our pit reporter, Patty, in the pits. Patty, tell them how good our electricity is.
You know, I'd say the electricity is on. You know, the boys are sweaty, the oil is flowing, the turns are left. And it's just a great place down here in the pits to be in Talladega, especially hearing your voice all night, Ricky. You remember how those days used to be.
Boy, when you start talking about burning rubber and sweaty men, I sure do remember our days together back then. Patty, I wouldn't trade him for the world. I am going to be sleeping on the couch tonight. Sorry, Jane. We continue to ride around with this lead pack as they are starting to get a little bit antsy. They are starting to want to make a move that could win the race. Bump and run next to the 24 of Royal. We are going to get locked in here, folks. We are going to get ready for an exciting finish because we have less than 10 laps to go and we have multiple trucks fighting for the win. Right now in first place, it looks like it's OPD in the 33, followed by the 22 of Preds, followed by the 17 of Lucifer's Merc, with the 56, Dad Tire, the 4, Bump and Run, the 24, Royal, and the 18 of Chase Elliott, all in the running for the win. Now you might be thinking to yourself, 1, 2, and 3, they seem to be working well together. That's because they are all on the same team. 399 XX drivers in first, second, and third place in this race. We are on lap 86 of 94. We've got a truck moving down to the bottom. That's the 24 taking the peak, trying to see what's open as we follow along with the 4. We're going to try and get up here with the leader. Oh, we're going to follow along with Preds, who is in second place, pushing that 33 truck. Oh, Petey. First place, we've got 4 trucks getting together back there. It looks like they're going to have to work together to catch up now. The top 3, 4 trucks breaking away. It's the 399 XX trucks in 1, 2, and 3, followed by the 56 of Dad Tired 69. Patty, let me ask you, how significant would it be if 99XX could start the truck series with a 1, 2, 3 finish here in the premiere?
No, I'm not sure if Thrill Nation has seen a finish like that before, Ricky. I think that would be history in the making.
History indeed. We will see if they are able to hold those positions until the end of the race. Currently on lap 88 of 94 as we come into the backstretch. 6 laps on the board to go, roughly. Teammates still working together. The 17 playing a little bit of defense as the 24 gets pushed down underneath. Can't tell if he was looking underneath there or if he got pushed down under there. We've got 3 high, 3 low behind the leaders. They are starting to spread out. We are going to see a crazy finish here, guaranteed. Lap 89 of 94, 5 laps to go as they scream down the back stretch. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trucks in the running. And it is anybody's game. What can the 24 do to get past the 17? Can the 22 and the 33 hold off the rest of this pack? Can 99XX go 1, 2, 3? Can Dad Tire scream around everybody? Can the 4 of Bump and Run avenge his stage 1 loss and come back to win the race? Can Waffles, who's drove around in the top 3 most of today, come up and win this race late at the end? It's anybody's race, and we are following it down to the final lap. Lap 94 laps to go. The cars are still surprisingly settled down the backstretch. We know that the moves are going to happen late. We know that they are going to try and stay as close as possible without a mistake. Folks, before we get to the crucial laps of this race, we would like to give a big shout out. Oh, as we have got the 56 down, the 16 comes down into the 17 as he takes over 3rd place, chasing down the 22 and the 33 now. The 17 is going to remember that, though, and he is in a position to strike back. The 22 holding off. The 17 back on the bumper of the 16. The 56 is in the picture now. The 24 wants to get back into the thick of it. We are battling. 3 cars down into the apron. Looks like the 24 and the 76 are going to drop off the pace a little bit. They're going to need a lot to push back. We are on lap 92 of 94. The 33, the 22, the 16, the 17. 1, 2, 3, 4 into turns 1 and 2. 3 teammates, 1st, 2nd, and 4th, with Waffles hanging in tight for Slick. Is the 16 a backmarker? Fighting hard? This hard? A lap down? He can't be. I almost don't believe it. He's lap. The 16 is lap 1 lap down? So you're saying that 1st, 2nd, and 3rd right now is the 33, the 22, and the 17. He pitted alone. Ladies and gentlemen, we pointed that out. We saw Waffles go into the pits by himself. We questioned if it was going to be a bad strategy. We talked to Patty down the pit road, and it came back to bite him. The 22, the 16 pushing him, the 17. Folks, we are on lap 93. 93 as they come down into 3 and 4. The 22 of Preds, the 16 who is a lap down, the 17 of Lucifer's Merc, and the 33 of OPD. OPD following his teammates. It looks like the top 4 as they come down into the last lap of the race. The 22 Oh, no, folks, that is the race. The race is over. That's going to be Preds with the win. Ladies and gentlemen, Preds in the 22 wins the race. In second place is going to be the 33 of OPD, or was that Lucifer in the 17? I believe it was 17 of Lucifer, the 22 first place, the 17 second place, with the 33 in third place. That's right. It's going to be Preds in first, Lucifer in second, OPD in third, D Doublesman in fourth. It looks like Bump and Run finished fifth, Cook Racing sixth after some trouble, seventh JP NASCAR after some early trouble, eighth of Wild Ride, the ninth of Waffle. Folks, 99XX did it. They came in. They took the first, second, and third positions of the race. We want to give a big shout out to one of our sponsors here at Thrill Nation Autosports. That's right, it's Hooters, Owl Conservation Center down in North Carolina. That's right, it's not that Hooters. Go on down and save a bird. Yes, we do have a few road courses. Shout out to Rock NASCAR 388, giving a congrats to Pred on his win. The Classic forgot to click pit. Yes, we have some road courses in our schedule, baller. Stick around, folks. We are going to try and get the race winner of Pred's hair into the party and speak to him. Looks like he took off. Oh, there he is. Let's see if we can get him into the party. Stick around, folks. Post-race interview with Preds coming right up. Preds, can you hear me? Preds, I'm going to need you to go into your settings there and just make sure that it says that your mic is being shared, that you're sharing your audio to the stream.
The check mark thing?
Yeah, in the party, it should say something about...
Include my audio, correct?
Yes, sir. Okay. I think they can hear you at home. Pred, welcome to the Thrill Nation Autosports Victory Lane. We are happy to have you here after a thrilling win where you went first, second, and third with your 99XX teammates. How are you feeling right now?
Oh, it's awesome, man. Just really great teamwork by all the guys. We had a good little strategy going towards the end and had to do a little bit of fuel saving, but ended up working out for us all there.
That's right. We did see you earlier on in the race. Old Ricky, with his keen eyes, saw you three driving around towards the back of the pack together. We questioned on stream if it was going to be a good strategy for the three of you, and apparently it worked out to perfection. I am sure that your team owner, Funk Master Trout, is going to be quite happy with tonight's result, and I'm sure you will all be getting a nice big liter bottle of Rubberburn rum sent to you by him for your win. Let me ask you.
I can't wait for it.
Let me ask you. Super Speedway racing is certainly not Ricky's favorite. How do you feel about the Super Speedway? Is this a good track for you?
Hit or miss. Much like my whole life, I've thought 50-50 on Super Speedway racing, but it worked out today, and the great teamwork really helped out, and we got it done. I like it. Liked it today.
We got real existential there for a second there, Pred, but that's all right. Pred, let me ask you, as you may or may not know, we are sponsored by milk, and I was just curious, what are your thoughts on a nice glass of summertime milk?
Oh, love me a nice, cool glass of milk on a hot summer day.
All right, real quick before you go, we're going to bring in Patty from Pit Road, our Pit Road reporter. Patty, do you have any questions for our race winner, Pred, tonight? Well, looks like we're having difficulties with Patty, but it seems that Patty is proud. She is sign languaging from the camera. I can see her, but her audio is not working. Okay, so we are sorry about the slight technical difficulties. That's what happens when you are on the truck broadcast. We get no money down here. We have no funding. Please help us, TNA. We are poor. All right. Is there anything you would like to say to the fans before we get out of here, Pred, going into next week at Michigan?
I just appreciate everybody showing up and come back next week. See it again.
All right. And we will see you again, Preds. Thanks for coming in. Folks, to all
Thanks,
of you
guys.
in the chat, if you want to give a big shout out to Preds for his win, give us a hashtag, hell yeah, Preds. And we will see you all next week. Remember, keep it frosty, keep it gin rummy, and keep it sexy, folks. We will see you next week. I'm Ricky Rubberburn. Burn that rubber.